Winning here guarantees them top 6, and of course guarantees them having to play in front of that crowd in an exit later on. J.Storm on the Radiant side, Secret on the Dire side. I'm Sheever, I'm here with Sir Action Slacks and Lizard, and we're ready for this draft. Bring it on!
And look at J.Storm, they're definitely ready, they came prepared. You see the Enigma ban instantly denying Yapzor that opportunity to play that massive position 4, and at the same time, I think this hero had to be banned. Like Morphling, take it away from Nisha. That guy, it doesn't matter what you lane against, he just wins.
Yeah, he was a beast.
He was a beast. He would solo win those games when he was a Morph. So yesterday we saw how strong VP is with Morph too. So definitely a hero that had to be banned.
Absolutely. So you talk about banning out the Enigma for Yapzor, but he has so many heroes. I mean, he could run the Rubik, he could run the Zeus support that we saw in past Dream Leagues, although that's fallen quite out.
Man, when we were playing in kind of similar teams, Yapzor used to play position 4 Invoker all the time as well.
Ooh,
yeah.
Hell?
Yeah, like Jarax not so long ago.
So now we know why you guys' teams didn't get very far.
No, I would play against him.
Oh, yeah.
Did you win?
Worse.
Yeah.
Now we know why.
Versus Invoker. That's true.
Sorry.
All right. Sometimes he'd win though. It was pretty scary. He'd get a lot of farm, but probably not gonna see it here.
My point is though, it's very hard when you have a player like Yapzor to be able to ban against him, because he has this giant hero pool, and you feel like, oh, okay, we got him with this Enigma ban, but he's just able to do so much on so many different ones. I almost think it's not worth it.
Do you think they're gonna ban out the Bounty Hunter? That's also a hero secret, just dominated with super hard. Instead, they ban out the Kotl. All right, so we're not gonna see these two powerhouses in the Kotl and the Chen in these two drafts. The heroes are definitely just, in my opinion, way too strong. The Chen, what he does to your whole game in the laning phase and strategically after the laning stage, it's just way too strong.
Yeah. I was thinking a lot about that Bounty Hunter. And
first pick, man.
Hello.
Hello, sir.
OD?
OD first pick, like...
Huh.
All right.
That will tilt you. What's
well,
going on there?
Nyx is banned,
yeah,
so that hero is out, but J.Storm, instantly they have two responses, Puck or Pugna.
I thought Lifestealer was normally pretty good against an OD, because against an OD you want to buy a VKB, and Lifestealer has a built-in one, and we've just been talking about how good Moo is.
Honestly,
on the
yeah,
Lifestealer.
I wouldn't be surprised if they picked that Lifestealer up in the first stage. You could even go for something like Puck Lifestealer. You have that vessel for the Puck.
There you go.
For the Lifestealer that's picked right now. Yeah,
I mean,
right now I'm thinking is Secret doing this first pick OD just to bait out the Lifestealer, as you said.
Yeah, absolutely. They had to know. Literally every game that J.Storm has been playing has been Moo on that Lifestealer going absolutely insane. So very interesting that they're just making that very open choice there for them. Go ahead and pick it.
If you are J.Storm and you pick Puck right now, you have a very good combination of heroes already, and you have Puck that works really well versus OD mid, but instead they go for Rubik. All right, they don't really show their hand way too much with this pick.
Yeah, I like that one too as a nice deny pick against Secret, and they've just had so much experience with that hero. So
exactly. Anyway, if you are on the side of Secret, perhaps something like a Troll or an Ursa has to be in your mind, as those heroes work really well versus the Lifestealer.
So I just want to get in your head a little bit here. So why is Puck good against OD?
Just outranging him on the mid lane and spamming, yeah, it's pretty alright. It's a decent matchup for Puck. Plus you have a lot of damage. Now Secret goes for something that has been banned out the last few days, that's that Abaddon.
Their support Abaddon, though, they were the ones who brought it into this tournament, and his ability to just stay on that back line and spam out that shield and those heals have been pretty strong in the past.
The heal has been buffed, the amount of damage that it deals has been buffed, so you just stand on lane and nuke people, and then in the end you just suicide with it, and that's it.
That means that J.Storm will probably look to ban out or pick Necrophos, right? Because Abaddon Necro, that combination is pretty good. You get an instant super duper heal with the Mist Coil onto the
Ghost Shroud.
Onto the Ghost Shroud.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not shabby, definitely.
As we were talking about, the Pugna, of course, a big counter to that Outworld Devourer, but it really seems like they are putting a lot of effort to making sure that this OD is going to work out there with all those bans.
If you see these bans, basically Secret banning out the Pugna, a hero that works well versus the OD, and J.Storm banning out that Troll that we called before, a hero that's really strong versus Lifestealer. So it does make sense. Duza as well, another hero that can be laned versus OD mid. I don't know how good Duza would be for J.Storm, however, as they already have this greedy carry lifestealer, position 1, that's supposed to be getting that Radiance. Perhaps if you give them the Duza, I don't know. She's not as weak of a laner as she used to be, obviously, but she doesn't really scale into the mid game. So I'm not
that might have been a wasted ban, you think?
Yeah, I think maybe that's the case, but...
All right, so yeah, the Bounty Hunter. As I was saying before, I was very interested in why Bounty Hunter works on Secret, and just the way that they play the game and they spread out the farm is still very different from a lot of other teams. Other teams will always say Viper takes all the farm or they're hard carry, whereas Secret like to pick a lot of these active heroes and kind of spread stuff evenly, and Bounty Hunter really works for their playstyle. Everybody gets more money, you don't have to worry about it.
It's also very important that they pick that hero with Enigma. Enigma has been banned out this time around, but yeah, they can definitely find ways of making that bounty work even without it. So banning out Zai's hero is quite alright, as he was so dominant in the last game.
We've really seen Witch Doctor, by the way, coming back into play, or rather being more popular over the last few days. And of course, J.Storm themselves played it in their best of 1 elimination match with Na'Vi, picking it up here again. At least the cask, you know, you can't shield it off. If the thing comes back, the coconut, then you're still gonna get stunned.
A pretty decent hero overall in the laning stage. Witch Doctor, you have the Maledict that has been buffed, so overall works really well. We've seen him yesterday. I think it was Chaos that won versus VP with Witch Doctors. Now the Tusk, yeah, alright, a little bit more straightforward. You have a hero that can stop Lifestealer's Rage TP out as well, I believe. Yeah, so...
Okay. Tusko hasn't been too successful from what I remember sometimes. People used to pick Tusk for those big save moments, you know, getting out of these bad situations, but his kit's pretty different now. With the this little team fighty ability there too.
He got buffed super hard with his the third spell, what's it called? I forgot.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to... Tag team,
tag
that's
team,
it.
Yeah. So the tag team was incredible early on when it was just brought into the game. But afterwards, it kind of... They nerfed it, and it really isn't as strong as before, obviously. It's not that good on the offlane. You still do hit quite hard, but it's not a guaranteed kill like it was.
Yeah.
So the hero did suffer some nerfs, but he's still fine. He still has that saving capabilities that you were talking about, so it can work.
The Pango is going to be Forev's hero this time around. J.Storm does like to put a lot of effort into making sure Bryle has a good game. We always say that we want him to be on the most like aggressive tempo-setting type of mids. We've seen him on the Queen of Pain and on Death Prophet last time we saw J.Storm when they were playing against Mineski. Both of those, he crushed it. I think that Bryle is the standout player this tournament from J.Storm. He's really been stepping it up. It's going to be very exciting to see what they go for him last, what they have in mind. We already know, and they have already known for a while, that it's going to be OD that is most likely going to be on that mid lane. So they are probably already having something in mind for that mid lane. Actually, they could always get Pango mid. That's always an option.
You could put Pango mid. He doesn't truly lose a lane to anyone super hard. You can always swashbuckle to get those range creeps and push the lane in, so it's not too bad.
It's like a backup.
Yeah, it's not too easy versus OD, obviously, though.
I'm starting to get scared for J.Storm if they lose this game. They are getting pretty much everything that they like. You got Forev's Pango, you got Moo's Lifestealer, you got the Rubik, the Witch Doctor. These are right up in their wheelhouse. If they lose this game, it very well could be the series, because they have everything they could ever want. Whoa,
no! Okay.
Rest in peace.
PA is not the best here. 26% it dropped down to after yesterday. Win rate, that is. 19 picks, 26%. Now, I do have to point out that heroes that are picked more generally lose more regardless, because there's more teams losing than winning in a tournament. That's how a tournament works.
What?
That's how a tournament works.
Yeah, it's 50%.
No.
For every loser, there's a winner.
I guess in theory that's also true, but at the same time, more teams lose, so there's not entirely true.
Well, that doesn't make any sense, actually. If I win 2 games...
Don't more teams win, because we always have the winner of the finals.
Yeah,
right?
You will always have a winner, which means that technically there will always be one more win than loss.
Well, my logic is flawed. What can I
okay,
say? What
Sheever.
can I say? My maths are not. I'm not a stats person. I just look up Dota buff and I see PA 19%. I see all these heroes that are picked so often with god-awful win rates. PA is the worst of them all.
The chat is gonna forgive us, though. Don't
Yes,
worry.
of course.
It's
Thank you,
fine.
chat.
They're always
Love you
nice
too.
towards us.
Thank you, guys.
PA, however, is another hero that can deal with Lifestealer, but it depends, honestly. It's not like a Troll or an Ursa, these heroes that you expect to be winning that matchup, like 60% at least. PA, yeah, if she has a good game, she can dominate the Lifestealer, but if she doesn't, she can just crumble under pressure, and we might just see a game in which this PA never really shows up, never even is a hero.
I mean, that's what we always see. We see these people going in with high aggression on PA. She doesn't have time to get her BKB. They run at her. What is she going to do? Blink and attack a Lifestealer with a Radiance by 20 minutes? I mean, it ain't going to happen.
Well, I do want to point out that even though PA has not won a lot of their matches, so far Secret has not lost yet with PA.
Puck steal. All right.
Ooh, Puck.
Oh my God.
Now, we know Puck is also a Yapsor hero. What's it going to be this time round?
I think it has to be the Yapsor Puck, right?
But then who's the Tusk?
I mean, Zai can play Tusk 100%.
Very well,
Yeah.
in fact.
Okay.
So that might be your position 3 task. Isn't really the most common thing, but it's possible. However, Puck 3 versus Lifestealer should be really good for Secret, right, on that lane, as you have that ranged hero versus him. You're never truly afraid of Cask and open wounds.
Yeah. What a great point you made, though, Sheever. I feel like a lot in this tournament, people have been copying Secret. We've saw other teams try out the Abaddon. They failed to do that.
Yep.
We've seen everyone copying their PA, and they're not doing well. So, you know what? You might have converted me. You were right. Secret's PA has been pretty deadly.
Nisha has been pretty deadly. I think that kind of translates into that, right?
Indeed.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Now that is a Bra hero right there.
Ooh. TAPA?
TA versus OD. Lizard, how does that matchup go?
TA should have advantage there, definitely. It should be easy. Plus,
TA
with some
advantage,
stats.
even if it's up against a Puck? Like if they swap that around?
Yeah,
Actually,
yeah,
you guys can
definitely
check
versus-
who's playing what.
I don't think if Puck is mid, he's gonna get crushed. No, it's Zai Puck.
Zai Puck.
Versus
Puck.
mid one, I think it's a little bit better for OD. Puck would be destroyed, so it's much better than that OD is mid for Secret, obviously.
Okay.
But you don't really want to lane OD anywhere else. Yeah, it is going to be interesting. TA, we saw her once only, right? So far.
Yes.
And
I think you're right. She did win.
It's Fnatic Abed that played it,
Yep.
and he dominated super hard.
And they picked that one into Venomancer or something like that.
Yeah, that
Into a
was
Veno,
insane.
But was it Veno that was mid? I think
No.
it was SF. So it was also a very good matchup for TA. That game, Veno, like, even on the mid lane, yeah, you win versus TA, but it always felt like...
All right, we got to talk about this game, Lizard. Calm it down.
right.
Lizard?
I'm giving up.
Who do you think is going to win game number 1 of the series?
I'm gonna go with J.Storm, actually. I like their draft. I know it's versus Secret, but I'm gonna go with the underdogs. It is the underdog tournament, so let's...
Sheever, save us, because I'm going to go with J.Storm too. I mean, I have seen Moo on this Lifestealer so many times, and Secret are so confident it could be hubris. I have not seen the guy lose with it yet.
Well, I hate to say it,
No,
but
Sheever,
I
don't
do like J.Storm's draft. However, I think Secret is the better team in this matchup, and they're going to show it in this game. By the way, guys, in case you've forgotten, of course, you can also vote for your MVP during this game. Make sure you hashtag and then the player's name. Everything's just written the way you think it is. There's no odd spellings this time around, but make sure you do it during the game. And let's head over to Moxie and Gods for game 1.
All right, well, 2 assassins enter. 1 assassin is going to be destroying the Ancient. But who will it be? Will it be the Phantom Assassin or the Templar one, Gods? What do you think?
We'll find out. It's our second TA pick I think we've seen here on the mainstream. We saw Abed play it for Fnatic. Excited to see it again. Definitely a hero that's a little bit out of the meta. Isn't feeling quite as strong with some of the changes, particularly the Ancients. Just having, less farm on the map, and it's a kind of slow hero. But it's something J.Storm feel good about because of the matchup they've got here in the mid lane.
There's also definitely a Brile hero coming out with this TA. So I guess, sometimes it's when your back's against the wall, you want to get those heroes that you're comfortable with and do feel, like you've got a favorable matchup. But we'll find out for sure.
Good to see the Zai 3-position Puck. Puck, a hero that Secret have shown a lot of prowess at this tournament, running as a support, a core, as both offlane as well as potentially mid, and something they've had a lot of success with.
Zai was incredible in the last game with the Bounty Hunter, and that's, a fairly elusive hero. But definitely, Puck very hard to pin down. So I have a feeling we're going to see some really great plays coming out from Zai. But do you see a swap coming out with the lanes here? Moo making his way back down. And the Puck actually taking his time up in the top lane for Secret.
Very interesting starting item from Tusk, getting this Blightstone. Something I feel like normally you'd expect an Orb of Venom if you want an aggressive laning item, but with the Puck there, who's a great laning harasser, he wants to have that minus armor so he can just amplify the Puck's harass, and, well, almost gets a first blood off of it. That lift barely comes out in time. Zai didn't have the orb up to chase.
I feel like March is going to have a difficult time in this bottom lane, too, with the amount of harass coming out. The fact that Puppy, he's going to be able to spam that Mist Coil.
Yep. And from what we've seen out of Puppy playing this 5-position Abaddon, he's just going to spam the Mist Coil to heal up his carry, and then spam it to harass offensively, and then look to deny himself using his last bit of mana. So it's this incredibly efficient way to play the lane, where you die, you deny yourself, and you can TP back to lane with full health, full mana, and even bring your carry his items, and suddenly you've got a big lane advantage.
Definitely a value pick, and what was it? It was Liquid also doing that too. It was Liquid and Secret at the beginning of this tournament that really were playing this hero. But I
haven't seen too many other teams pick up the hero just yet, but we'll see if that changes. I mean, Secret, they are in the lower bracket, but it is one of those heroes they had a lot of success with.
a lot of harass coming out over here on mid 1. Going to be forced to pop that healing self, but of course Sideblades, of course, very, very good at being able to harass. And you see Brile just lining each one of these up, trying to get the maximum amount of harass possible.
7 denies already. Mid 1 just using that Astral whenever possible. Misses that range creep because of the uphill miss, unfortunately. That would have been a nice deny for him to get, but 8-8 with a wave pushing towards his tower. TA just 6-3, but getting some good harass, as you mentioned. They're using this Sideblades very effectively. And sometimes what happens in these mid lanes, you can win the CS battle, but if you lose a lot of health to do so, you're forced to buy a lot of extra regen. So the net gain is sometimes, you know, not really there, where you kind of have an even lane despite getting more CS.
All right. And TA, of course, you know, already having a great lane here, being able to harass over onto mid 1, but can also catch up too. In the jungle, if she pushes out the wave, just goes over to those camps and keeps on trucking.
Like we'll see a fairly passive laning stage with the 2-1-2 setup. Both sides looking to use these defensive pulls on their safe lanes as much as possible. Less possible for J.Storm down bottom. It feels like anytime Witch Doctor, you know, if you leave the lane to go for a pull, Lifestealer being a melee hero is going to get harassed heavily, whereas someone like the Puck up top doesn't mind if the support goes missing for 30 seconds to do a pull, because you're a Puck, you're ranged, you're sitting back, you've got defensive tools. Lifestealer, not so much the case.
It's been very difficult in that bottom lane too, like we talked about. Just constantly seeing that Miss Coil getting spammed over onto the Witch Doctor. And if you notice, he's very, very low on mana because he's had to use that Voodoo Restoration so often. Does have himself that stick though, which will be able to start collecting those charges, and has a Mango, but...
Yep. Puppy himself out of mana, but he also has some Mangoes to play around with, but hasn't really found that, you know, trade where he tries to deny himself just yet. I think just happy to secure the farm in this lane. All 6 cores on the map getting farmed right now. Brile, looking for some Sideblades. Yeah, if he managed to land like another Sideblades or 2, it would have been very close to a kill, but can't really get that kill until he has the level 6 traps, or he gets something like a haste rune, unless he heavily outplays mid 1.
You've also got to be careful of any TP rotations coming out too. You know, Puppy, if he's able to, if he has mana, obviously, can save him quite easily.
Exactly. Probably more so looking at the Tusk, since he has that counter play potential as well. If he has a TP with an Ice Shard Snowball, maybe level 3, we'll see him have a 1-1-1. He can set up and kill someone like the TA if OD's ready to fight.
Have to be careful about overextension.
Yeah.
For sure.
That's something Brile should be well aware of. There is a haste rune spawning, well, has spawned at that top rune, so that's something that if Brile can get his hands on, it could be potentially leading to a kill, but he's still a bit of a ways away from his level 6, and it will be OD actually snagging it.
I'm surprised that they didn't do more rune control coming out here from both sides. But like you said, you know, Witch Doctor can't exactly leave Moo in that bottom lane. And the top lane, you know, they're just trying to put out some damage and secure farm.
Yeah, with the 2-1-2 setup, if either support leaves the lane, suddenly it's a 2v1 and there is a bit of an edge going one way. But Bounty Rune's coming out. It'll be Moo going in offensively to get the Bounty Rune in.
Yeah, Puppy is in for some trouble. I do have the Aphotic Shield. We'll go and pop. Is he going to go for this dive here? No, he gets the denial off. Pretty standard stuff for Puppy.
Yeah, it was almost a kill as he popped the Rage to stop the Mist Coil from coming out, but luckily he had mana for a shield, and I thought Moo's last right click might actually get the kill, but it was just barely not enough damage.
Very nicely done from Puppy.
Yep. So the status quo kind of continues here. Bounty Runes get traded, CS gets traded in all these lanes. There isn't really anyone who's having a tough lane because it is these 2v2 side lanes, and a lot of these pulls are coming out to secure farm for some of these heroes. Puck, top of the CS charts with the help of some of these pulls, and Moo down bottom, we've seen what he can do with free farm on Lifestealer. So I think for J.Storm, you're pretty happy. This Lifestealer of Moo, whenever he free farms, has been winning games, but Secret at the same time, not really feeling any pressure, and their draft comes online with their level 6s, with this mid-game. Neither team is looking to necessarily dominate the laning stage to win the game.
Looks like March finds that double damage rune here. Maybe able to maybe make a rotation. He's thinking about it, as is Fear. They've made this movement mid-1. It's going to be pretty hard to get. So the Astral, though, coming out aggressively. There's going to be the Coconut thrown out by March. Seems they got the Maledict down. Shards are going to keep Bryle away from mid-1. He's not going to be able to do enough damage.
He'll take a bit more Maledict damage in Phantom, but not that close to really dying. Good rotation from J.Storm.
Oh, Zai.
Wow, gets
Lucky
the
shot.
silence.
There it is. First blood forever. Taking down Zai.
I think that Javelin was fairly freshly purchased. He had 100 gold on top of it, so he must have just got it to lane. It's a big boost in his damage. That level 3 Swashbuckle with Javelin, really powerful laning tool. If you can spam that off cooldown, every time you're going to get some Javelin procs, and you're going to do a third of someone like PA or Puck's health. And if you get the silence, well, that's where you find that kill. And immediately secret swap lanes.
Yeah, I was about to ask about that. They just went and sent the Phantom Assassin Abaddon top, so...
Yep. I must just feel like having the sustain from the Abaddon up top is going to help them out a lot. And Puck can play a bit more aggressive, rotate around the map off from the offlane, and also, you know, you're not really afraid or worrying about laning against a Lifestealer in this situation. But...
yeah, we also see that March making the rotation top, so it looks like they want to put some pressure down the tower, figuring that, you know, there's going to be a little bit of back and forth between Moo and Zai in this bottom lane.
This is one of the strengths of Lifestealer as a hero, and why it has been first pick material for some time, even after getting nerfed, is that once you have that good start and get your Phase Boots wand up, your supports can leave you. You're self-sustainable. You're not one of these hard carries like Spectre, where if you get left alone in a tough matchup, you know you're not going to farm. Lifestealer, you've got Feast, you've got the Infest. If you want to hop into the jungle to grab a neutral creep, you've just got this ability to lane by yourself.
I still feel like it's going to be very difficult for them to find any sort of a kill over on Tanisha, but perhaps they can just keep harassing and make it very uncomfortable. Whereas, you know, in the bottom lane, Moo feeling very secure. Like you said, he's got a couple different escapes. If Zai tries to go after him, and yeah, just getting a better setup where he's also going to get levels too.
Yeah, Zai doing his best to harass as much as possible. Knows with this regen rune, he can kind of just spam all his spells out. We'll probably see him use them off cooldown. Actually was skilling up Waning Rift, so prioritizing the silence over the orb damage, which is a slower farming build on a Puck, but it does give you a bit more kill potential, particularly when you've got like some kind of a setup from someone like a Tusk.
A little bit more control as well. Okay, they're going to use the Rolling Thunder. The Snowball connects over with the shards, but now, oh, Tusk, you have just maybe sealed your own fate here, Yap, so be very, very careful as they just runs out over after Puppy. Dream Claw's going to get used. Nisha making this rotation, trying to get this kill. They've got the Waning Rift as Zai makes his way top. They'll find the kill on Forev, and March has to run himself out.
Rolling Thunder in the shards. It kind of looked like it could work against the Tusk, but in the end it made it kind of awkward for Pengo to actually hit him. He only managed to kind of hit him once and then was bouncing around inside of it without hitting anyone, so... Secret using this sustain, the Abaddon having the heals, the shields, make it so that no one in this safe lane is really killable, because Puppy's there to heal whoever you go on, and then Tusk is there to counterplay you. Secret, though, getting just 1 kill with a puck rotation. And that's where I actually think that's still a win for J.Storm. You lose your Pengo, but Mu has a free farm, uncontested lane going down bottom, and you lose 1 hero to a puck rotation. At worst, I'd say it's about even, but if anything, I favor J.Storm's position right now.
Coming up, we'll be able to dodge the cask.
Yeah, decides to get out of there, and good job by J.Storm to contest the runes before they spawn to bully them away, and they'll get 3 runes as a result.
Might be able to find themselves a kill too. Rolling Thunder coming out. Aphotic Shield buys them a little bit more time. So does the Snowball. Will bounce off Anisha. Goes down bottom here, and they'll follow up with the puck in the Raining Rift. They'll find the kill on Fear, and now it looks like Marsh is also gonna get taken out.
Yeah, they're playing a bit too aggressive, but they do secure 3 runes, and similar to last time, they're farming these other lanes. That was a 5-man rotation, unlike the last one, which was just puck for a 4-man. So Bryle free farming in mid, Lifesteal free farming down bottom. You can see on the gold difference, it's still about a 1k gold lead for J.Storm, but
yeah, Bryle, the setup. Yeah. They've got the Dream Coil, and there's no saving Bryle, and Fear needing to be careful as well. Cask gets thrown out by March, just warning them off.
It's worth, losing a support for a bounty rune up top while your cores farm, assuming those cores don't get caught like that. So getting a kill onto, TA or a lifesteal is how Secret pull ahead. And that's...
Rev! Oh, that was a big old crit. Is he going to be able to run himself away? No, Nisha hunts him down.
Nisha's damage at this point. He is very strong with this phase boots, double Wraith Band. Even just level 6 on PA, getting a crit or 2 is all he needs to suddenly pose a threat to bring down Forev. And Forev has to be careful. That's now his 2nd death in this top lane. And J.Storm, while they're farming very well and efficiently, and we're ahead because of that, despite being down 3 kills to 1, it's now 5 kills to 1 with back-to-back kills on their offlaner and a kill on their mid-TA, so that does give Secret a bit more momentum to play around with.
And it still feels fairly, I don't want to say complacent, but, just, I guess part of it is because Moo's just constantly, he's got all this room where he can farm. He's got his Midas online now. Zai also working on that Blink Dagger, and there's going to be a jump onto Moo here, bottom lane. He's going to go use the open wounds. Needs to be careful. They'll use the Dream Coil. He needs some help. There's going to be the TP rotation coming out from Fear. He's going to be able to go steal himself up that tag team, which is pretty nice, but...
Moo, without the Infest, I guess Puck knew Infest was on cooldown, so he thought they could go for a kill, but they weren't particularly close. As J.Storm rotate 1 support to make sure it goes okay.
Oh, Puppy in for some trouble.
No silence.
Try to get the denial, not going to be able to find it.
Bryle rotating in to make sure that fight goes okay, and J.Storm now get their 2nd kill of the game and continue to just secure Moo a free game with all the action in these other lanes.
Oh, Fear. Not even safe in your own jungle. Shards don't connect, though, and neither does that Snowball right there. So Fear slowly but surely trying to run out. Zai, I'm sure he really wants it. Does have the Illusory Orb. Is going to try to get a steal, but we'll find that kill.
Nice try by Fear to get the Orb steal and then try Orb away, I imagine, with the Telekinesis, but fortunately for him, this Puck a little bit too scary at this stage of the game.
Bryle, do you know that there's a bear in the trees?
Yeah. What's the plan here?
Zai still has that double damage on him.
Yeah, Bryle maybe in some trouble.
Bryle's gonna get dove here, I have a feeling. Yep, Snowball comes out, silence, and the Walrus Punch. And mid 1 will be able to get that final hit.
Melted. Didn't even get a chance to use Refraction. Bit slow to react. He could have definitely used the Refraction before Snowball hit, but maybe he wanted to save it for the last possible second of the gank so that he could try and escape with it, but unfortunately for him, there was a silence to follow up the stun. But they continue, to free farm this lifesteal, but the worry is that Secret is completely controlling these other lanes now, getting repeated kills on TA, on Pengo, taking towers now. Lifesteal is a scary carry, but you don't want him to be your single core as this game goes on, particularly with a hero like TA. TA needs farm and to be playing from ahead typically. You don't really feel good about the game when you're playing catch-up as a TA.
And we've talked about how, with Moo farming quite well in this bottom lane, we need the other heroes to kind of do more tempo control, right? Oh boy, bottom lane, Moo in for some trouble. We'll get hit by the Snowball Shards. The Lightning Rift, everything.
Yeah, just way too aggressive. I think you can do that if there's nothing to cancel your Rage TP. You can play this, okay, I'm going to farm under the enemy tower when they can rotate everyone in. But he sees the gank coming and he's like, I can't Rage TP away, so he has to save his Rage as a result, and then in the process of saving the Rage, he just gets silenced by the Puck, so he doesn't even end up getting it off. It's very easy to play some of these carries like Lifestealer and Jug when you can split push and get away using your spin TP, rage TP, but you have to approach the game very differently when there is that BKB immunity piercing cancel like the Walrus Punch.
Well, we almost wondered during the draft, I know the couch was asking, did they kind of bait J.Storm into picking up the Lifestealer because they picked up the OD here first? And put a pause on that 1 second. Abaddon is going to be tanking a lot of this damage, and they're just going to wait patiently on the side of J.Storm. Should be able to find this kill. Abaddon will go down. March is going to get taken out by Nisha as he tries to run out. Doesn't have much mana. They've used the Rolling Thunder, but more TPs are coming out. Abaddon actually buying back. Wants to see if he can find some revenge, but it's not going to be there.
We get a tower deny out of this, so that in itself is a decent chunk of gold being denied from J.Storm, which, you know, this first tier 1 tower or 2 that a team takes, if it gets denied, that's a lot of crucial early game gold being denied from them. So that in itself is maybe worth a buyback, because if Abaddon doesn't buy back, I imagine J.Storm try and force that fight. They can threaten to kill the PA in that situation if there's no Abaddon there, since PA had used the Blink Strike offensively to go in. But Moo, he rocks up to the top lane, and Puppey does not have ultimate still. No,
he just used that final fight, and that's a die back. Now Nisha in for some trouble. Moo's chasing after this PA. They've cut the Malik, but she's gonna be able to go. Blink over to Zai here in the trees, just TP out. Zai has that Blink Dagger. Shouldn't get caught here. Believe he'll be able to just walk away.
That is such a good position from Zai to be in, because otherwise that's just a straight up kill, I want to say. I guess Rubik had used telekinesis already, but even so, they would have been able to likely just chase him down, do enough damage with the Maledict on him. So really heads-up play from Zai, hiding in those trees, giving a Blink Strike target for the PA to escape to. It is back-to-back deaths on Puppey, not the biggest deal. He's just the 5-position Abaddon, and his farm at this point not too important. The downtimes are the most annoying part about it.
Yeah, they have the Waning Rift that Fear just stole, so I'm not sure if she's going to be able to get out this time, although with mid 1 making the rotation, if that Astral is going to be able to keep her alive a little bit longer. Zion for some trouble, they're going to turn around. He's going to be able to go and hide himself away, use that Dream Coil, and it looks like maybe Zai making it out. They do have this Infest Bomb right now over in the Pango. March going to get hunted down, and the Infest comes out as they chase after Puppey. They know he could be an easier target, but over on the back lines here, Nisha, he's got his, as they drop the Sanity's Eclipse. March Bryle taken down, and then Forev is gonna be long for this world, I have a feeling. Walrus Punch cleans him up, and they're gonna try to take down mid 1, but it's a triple kill for Nisha.
Oh, you can see how low the entire Secret team is. J.Storm were just so hungry to finish off some of those kills, and unfortunately for them, these Secret heroes are just a little bit too elusive. You've got the Puck, who's always hard to kill. He gets the phase shift off with just a sliver of health after a lucky shot silence, and that silence kind of baits them in. You'll see here that early silence coming out onto the Puck with a lucky shot. They think they have the kill, but it's not the case. And the other save is the Astral. There's just so many defensive tools. The Puck with his own kit, the Astral as well. That silence there, if he hits him with that Rolling Thunder, J.Storm win this fight. And it was just maybe 0.1 seconds away from the Rolling Thunder landing, and instead it's Secret who come out on top with a 4-for-0 exchange. Puppey also rocking up to offer a lot of heals, a lot of sustain with the shields as well.
And I believe they also popped the mech during that fight too, so it feels lately like what ends up working the best for these teams comes down to, you know, what kind of sustain do you have? Do you have a heal? Do you have, you know, tankier heroes?
Yeah. It was so close. That fight could have been a 4-for-0 the other way almost. Fango looking for another silence, just right-clicking away. And I think, yeah, Zai knows if he gets hit by a silence, he's dead there, so he plays it safe.
Got their own mech picked up though on the Pango now, so.
But this Puck pick against Pango, yeah, this silence kind of, the counter can go both ways if you hit Puck with a silence, but the Dream Coil against the Rolling Thunder, a great way of locking Pango in place.
Hi, Nisha.
Yeah, he's got a Battle Fury already. He is farmed.
For sure. For sure. Yeah, you know, I thought it was looking really good in that last fight too, because Fear was able to steal the Waning Rift off of the Puck, so Nisha not going to be able to do that cheeky, you know, jump away, but again, didn't matter. Did not matter.
With the OD's defensive tools, the Abaddon, the Tusk Snowball save, 3 of these heroes have a save on Secret side. And then you've got Puck who can just save himself. PA also has a Blink Strike, so very hard to secure these kills. And unfortunately for J.Storm, when you have going this Radiant's lifesteal, you're generally looking for a longer, more drawn-out fight, and that's something that Secret are very well equipped for with their heroes. You've got the sustain from Mech, from Abaddon. They're going to be able to kite around that rage of lifesteal, wait for it to wear out, and then re-engage.
And they're going to have the Greaves completed soon on the OD, which is going to make these fights even more difficult, especially because of that aura that pops off there.
Yep. With Nisha's, it looks like he's going BKB. He had the Deso earlier queued up, but he can Roshan fairly early too if Secret win a fight.
It does feel like they really baited out this life stealer because they have a lot of solutions on how to deal with him and also just the draft that's coming out now.
I think it's, yeah, the important thing is, having a way to kite around the rage more than anything, and then also threaten to kill him, which they've got with the Puck Silence, the PA burst damage.
I'll take that.
And the first pick OD, first overall pick of the entire draft. You know, it shows a lot of confidence in what mid one can do with this hero. He can play it as the scaling carry, but he can also play it more as his utility OD, where he goes for what we're seeing at a lot of the mids is Guardian Greaves, but we see SFs go it, and here we are seeing an OD get it as well.
They're gonna go jump in that Rosh pit and hopefully get themselves a nice early Aegis. Doesn't look like anyone on the side of J.Storm is particularly worried about this or wants to contest it at this time, so.
They're not ready to fight. Mu is very
Radiance.
close to Radiance, and
Ooh, uh-oh. Alright, Fear could be in for some trouble now. Yeah, for sure, mid one just running down. They'll get the Witch Doctor ultimate off, trying to do a decent amount of damage here, but they need just a little bit more, and they need that lockdown in place, so Fear will fall.
This 5k gold lead at the top is, at this stage, before Radiance comes online, more like a 10k gold lead, because there's basically 5k in Lifestealer that he's not spending, doesn't have an item, so until he has Radiance, this gold lead is even bigger than it looks.
Nisha's just so terrifying right now. How can you possibly take down this Phantom Assassin? She's got that.
Yep.
Aegis online, 9-0 and 2 gods. This is a very, very scary PA at this time.
2 lives, and Abaddon with Aphotic Shields to put on him, Mistcoils.
Snowball.
And we're going to see a BKB. So with the magic immunity, PA can just jump in, go on the supports, instantly kill them, and there's nothing those supports can do about it. The J.Storm don't have those saves, unless Rubik gets a spell still on something like an Astral.
Do have the Radiance online, though, for the Lifestealer, so there's a little glimmer of hope. And Bryle, of course, having the Blink Dagger and the Dessa. I just feel like this TA hasn't done what we were hoping to see, right? You really want this hero to be able to pump out a lot of damage early, get the jump on people and start to snowball, and that just hasn't been the case for Bryle.
The way J.Storm were playing the first maybe 10, 15 minutes of the game was really solid, though. Keeping it even, they were giving up a few kills to trade for farm, but then a few kills turned into a whole lot more, and that's where things really fell apart.
All right, well, Puppy looks like he's going to tank this gank right now.
I don't know if they want to commit to Puppy.
They have Zai on the bottom. They'll go. They'll pop the ultimate and the trap over here. Shards come through. Zai jumps in with a nice waving rift and the Dream Coil. And it looks like Abs are going to run himself in and just punch this move with one. Now in for some trouble after getting that kill. There's a lot of damage pumped out here from this Witch Doctor. Can they find it? Oh, Bryle is waiting patiently over here, hoping that he can get this last hit. The Shards come through, trying to save him. Not going to be quite enough. But Zai finding the kill on Forev as he splits that fight. Now Bryle, that refraction not going to last long enough. Good bounces, though, coming out from the Coconut, but the Coil finding the final blow on Bryle.
They will just blow up the Lifestealer to start that fight, and that makes it so hard for J.Storm. They were waiting for this Radiance timing, and then that key hero, their strongest hero on their side, gets deleted before the fight even begins. He doesn't do any real damage that fight. It's the Witch Doctor, the Pengo, the TA who clean up the one kill they get in the end, but a Puck Blink Silence followed up by a Tusk Snowball in, and OD. And they know if he gets Rage off, that fight can turn around.
Well, Yaps, they're feeling real confidence. He just walks right into this base, finds a kill on Fury. He's in for some trouble, but he should be able to just TP out.
Some balls of steel on Yapsar as he just goes diving in, and
some big old snowballs.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Mu comes back. He's going to have to go into some kind of item, I feel like, to get rid of this Puck Silence. Like, maybe we'll see a Manta style after the medallion he's got queued up, but his, you know, you don't really want to go into farm mode right now because Secret's just going to be out farming you. They've got Puck to push out waves, OD, PA. They've got 3 scaling cores effectively. TA, yeah, it is a scaling core. Like, it's not just all on the Lifestealer, but TA playing from behind is not a hero that's going to go amazingly well into the late game.
There's a double damage rune top.
Double damage.
See mid one find it. Nisha just walks on over, takes it. They're just going to keep running at J.Storm right now. There is no time to catch up. Fear is just going to get obliterated.
Okay.
Yep. 2 hits. March not looking so healthy now. Zai uses that Dream Coil. Dagger comes out from Nisha. They'll split up nicely. And Walrus Punch comes out, Nisha finding the final hit again. So that's going to translate easily into a tower push and into the high ground, most likely.
Yeah, this PA can just right-click tier 3s. You've got plenty of backup, and
Just still got the Aegis too.
If you go near, you're going to get Stifling Daggered and jumped on. So this may just be a free, uncontested lane of Rax. TA is still in the top lane. Lifestealer's farming the enemy jungle. And J.Storm showing no signs of defense. And it's not because they don't have TPs or don't want to defend. It's just because they can't defend. Secret is too strong right now with this mid-game Aegis timing.
The double damage on top of that did not help the side of J.Storm. But they'll back off after towering that Rax.
Ryle gets found by a Yule Scepter, but Puck ignores him, I believe, going for the bounty runes.
A prize.
Good one. Just makes the rotation, uses up that Midas. A little bit of a fight over in the mid lane, but they might have gotten baited here. Walrus Punch to open up, followed with the Rolling Thunder. Nisha's got that BKB. He's only got eyes for Moo right now. Decent amount of damage coming out as they get that steal, but they'll find the kill over onto Yapster. Now Moo forced to run back. The heal and the sustain coming out from a bat, doing so much. Dream Coil's gonna get used though over onto Farep. Dagger's still being thrown out on Moo. They only want to take him down. They're paying attention to him. And eventually, looks like Nisha says, all right, fine. I didn't want to murder you right now anyways, as the Aegis does get reclaimed.
It's just ignoring this Witch Doctor. Full channel Death Ward doing next to no damage to the PA. PA could have just Blink Striked on the Witch Doctor, deleted him, but he really wants that kill on Moo. Unfortunately, with the Radiance mischance and this newly picked up Medallion of Courage, there's a decent amount of armor. Lifestealer has bonus armor from Phase Boots, Medallion. So he is fairly tanky against the physical damage, and Nisha going for Battle Fury BKB rather than Battle Fury Deso means there's just a little bit less single target burst damage to actually deal with him. But in the end, you know, no casualties for Secret, even though they really were gunning for that Lifestealer while ignoring some of the supports. It would have almost won them the game if they kill Moo there, but good news for J.Storm is they are still in this one, but they need to be active on the map. The second they get this BKB on TA, they need to find themselves a good team fight.
Absolutely. It seems like they're trying to be very defensive right now. If they find anything that falls into their lap, any sort of a pick-off, I'm sure they'll be happy for it. But it's tough. They need this TA to really start dishing out a lot of damage. And of course, they need to keep Moo alive and have Moo put out the damage as well. But Nisha, very, very strong. Doesn't have, you know, the Desta like you said, but the BKB is proving to be an issue because she's got crits. She's got crits. She's got Zai setting up. So, oh, the Desta's finished. Okay.
Yeah, Nisha's incredibly farmed.
The haste gets pop on the Puck. They just need that lockdown. They had the sucker punch in this case. Nice.
Yeah, they punish him with the ward vision there. Having a ward on that cliff allowed them to get the kill. Secretly well aware of it. Nice little kill. I mean, that's how you get back in this game. J.Storm pick apart anyone on Secret who is alone split pushing. The 5v5 team fights are very difficult against heroes that have all these saves and are just out farming you. The PA BKB is something you just kind of don't want to fight into. So that's a good little pick, but game is still very hard. Just not entirely out of grasp yet.
So is the name of the game just to continuously hope that you can find these small pickoffs right now for the side of J.Storm? Is that how they get themselves back in? Because they do have the BKB pickup now over on Bryle, but I don't think you want to go running face first into Nisha here, although, okay, double damage is picked up on Bryle.
Nisha can't really be your primary target in a team fight. If you're, you know, smoke ganking and find him alone, sure, you can go on him, but you're looking to catch Secret by surprise, kill some of these key backliners, heroes like the Puck, the Tuss, the OD, and deal with the PA last. I think you just have to accept a PA with BKB Deso is, if you're in a team fight, is going to kill some supports, or if she goes on the Lifestealer, you just have to try to keep Lifestealer alive. And then once that PA BKB wears off, you can fight her. But during the BKB, go for the other key targets.
And the initiation starting out over on Bryle. Do we go and throw out that illusory orb?
PA doesn't want to commit on a Witch Doctor. Could have gone in with the dagger, but I think PA knows, like, you know, if you blink in to kill a Witch Doctor with your BKB, that's how you lose a fight. Yeah, you kill Witch Doctor, but then what happens afterwards? Witch Doctor is not the key hero to worry about.
They actually back off from doing the Infest Bomb completely now.
No. I think they realize Secret are kind of grouped up playing as 5. No need to contest a 5-man Secret lineup, particularly when there's no Roshan to worry about. At least not right at this second. It will be respawning in a couple of minutes, which is something that, for J.Storm, they know the exact respawn of.
Rev, he starts to wind up. He's not going to be able to do it. They're just going to be able to take him out even before the fight begins. Do have Bryle in the top lane, doing a bit of split pushing though. So we'll force Zai back.
Yeah, interesting. They found Vision using that mid lane observer ward of theirs. A bit of an unconventional ward, and I think Forev thought he was safe there because they did have a sentry on that cliff next to where he was farming, but different ward spots him out, and Secret happy to just take that pick. They're playing for the next Roshan, I imagine.
Oh, Bryle thought he found a puck, but instead he found a Nisha. Or rather, Nisha found him. So the BKB gets popped from Bryle, but needs to try to run himself out. Trying to just use a Melt Strike. They'll drop the Dream Coil, and just like that, Bryle is out of here.
It didn't go for a BKB TP.
A little surprised about that. Do you think there was just too much damage, maybe? That's why I was wondering. Or maybe to create space for Moo to take that middle tower?
He may have thought the Tusk was nearer by and would have had the Walrus Punch. But yeah, he just kind of BKB'd and didn't. It's a puck. Puck can always play around you. The one thing he maybe could have tried to go for was hitting a side blades off of the PA onto the puck to get that kill, but that was very unlikely, and Zai was positioning himself around it. So should have gone for a BKB TP, because even if Tusk is there and cancels it, well, you die, but you tried to survive. What he went for there was just not going to lead to him escaping, but hard to kind of judge some of those situations. And unfortunately for him, Secret, one of those teams that will punish every little mistake, and they kill the TA. They're now focusing on shrines. Roshan respawning soon, and the trap in the Roshan pit's been dewarded, so J.Storm no longer have that vision over the Rosh respawn, but they have to imagine it's coming up soon. It was almost a max respawn.
You have to be a little bit more worried now, because mid one picked himself up a BKB, I believe that's on the way.
Everyone on Secret's very tanky, and one of the issues with J.Storm's lineup is it is primarily physical damage. So OD having this early Shivers, plus Greaves, very tanky. Even Abaddon had double chainmail. Like, this is... Puppey has the weirdest item builds. He's obsessed with these armor items. He used to go casual bucklers and all these heroes. He's one of those players that just has done the math, or just has some, like, sixth sense for Dota, where it's like, armor is going to... Having this one chainmail is going to keep me alive in a fight, and then I'll turn around and win a fight. And, you know, he's willing to invest gold in items that don't turn into anything.
Well, there was a Zai there. That's
Yeah.
a pretty good pick off for the side of J.Storm. That's their main initiator.
He got bursted quickly.
Yeah, that was some thirst on that puck. And they see that they're over here by the Rosh pit. Have their eyes on Puppey now. Uses that shield. They'll drop a couple traps. Rolling Thunder coming out from Forev.
Puck has no buyback, so if they can get Rosh for themselves.
Oh, there's the BKB though from mid one, and he just takes out March. No problem with some help from Nisha. Both of these BKBs doing a lot of work. Moo, he can't get away fast enough. He's gonna get taken out as the snowball keeps going. They want to grab Bryle possibly, but should be able to get himself away. Buybacks coming out from Moo and March as they go right back into the fight. Cax get throws out by March. He's definitely dead for this. There's no way he survives. That's a triple kill coming out as they find the kill on Fear and March. And they're still not done. Bryle standing up here. Ties his eyes over onto Forev, and they've got the vision. It's gonna go up onto the cliff this time on purpose, but it doesn't matter. Nisha says, I will go right on up there, Moo. Now he has to be careful because he did buy back. He's trying to fight mid one. He's not gonna be able to. He's gonna get taken.
Is there a rampage?
Down. Oh no.
Yapsor. Come on.
Yapsor.
I thought you just click the PA and it's suddenly like there's a Satanic. He just got Deso and suddenly it's Satanic. Yapsor on Tusk has an Assault Caress. I mean, armor is the name of the game. AC on a Tusk, double chainmail on an Abaddon. Everyone itemizing to just make the physical damage of TA a non-factor. Lifestealer, primarily physical damage. Even with the Radiant, it's still this kind of like you want to rage and right-click people and use the Radiance for the miss, but J.Storm were so far behind they just couldn't keep up in terms of items, couldn't do any damage, and that last pick TA not really panning out how they planned.
No, it definitely felt like they kind of baited out that Lifestealer again when you look back at the graph, when you look at the way that they handled, you know, Moo the entire time. And they got so fast it felt. And just tower, objective after objective, finding good pickoffs, having space being made. I felt like the TA was a bit underwhelming too as well coming out from the draft.
Yeah, it's such a risky pick and generally picked because you have a great 1v1 mid matchup. And the OD versus TA is not super one-sided in TA's favor. Not as good as some of the other TA matchups. And we saw it reflected in the CS. OD did just fine. He kind of won the matchup almost, or at least it was like 55-45. So last pick in the TA made J.Storm's draft a bit too greedy and gave them a hero for Bryle that just couldn't make enough plays.
For sure, definitely. Well, I think that we are going to go head over to a break after this, but definitely, you know, stick around because we could see that J.Storm gets right back in there, or maybe we'll see Secret just take this in a full sweep.